My son made me leave my own house. He looked at me and said, like he was just asking for salt, "We don't have room for you." I smiled, nodded, and walked away without saying anything. But what he didn't know was, by the next morning, he would lose the house because I owned half of it. Before we go on, don't forget to like this video, tell us where you're watching from, and subscribe so you don't miss more stories like this. So here's how it all began. I moved into the house with almost nothing, just 2 old suitcases, a soft blanket from my childhood, and a photo of my husband who had passed away. When I gave my son Adam $180,000 money from my husband's life insurance, I didn't think twice. "This is for your future," I told him. "It will help our family." Adam had just married Lisa. They were trying to buy a big house in a quiet town, but the bank said no to the full loan. So I helped them. Lisa hugged me like we were in a happy movie and said, "We'll always remember this, Mary. You will always have a home with us." Adam kissed my cheek and said, "Mom, you will never have to do anything again." The house was big and modern. Everything looked new. The walls were white, the floors were gray, and the kitchen looked like no one had ever cooked in it. My room was downstairs. It was the guest room. It had no closet, just a small bed, and a toilet, no shower. But I didn't complain. I was just happy to hear voices in the mornings again. Adam made me coffee for the first few days. Lisa showed me how to use their Wi-Fi and heating system, though she seemed annoyed each time I asked for help. We had dinner together once. By the second week, I started noticing little things. Lisa joked with her friends, saying, "I live with 2 kids and a grandma." Adam sighed when I asked if I could put a small shelf in the laundry room. Then they started making changes. They locked the fridge upstairs. Lisa said it's for meal prep. Adam moved the internet router upstairs. My TV stopped working for 3 days. One night, I heard Lisa on the phone in the kitchen. "She's sweet, but we need our own space. This can't go on forever." I stayed quiet. I kept cooking, folding towels and cleaning. I smiled when Lisa talked about turning the room downstairs into a baby's room. But then I heard something that broke my heart. I was walking to the kitchen to make tea. From around the corner, I heard Adam say, "She will not leave if we stay nice. We need to push her out, but without a fight." Lisa's reply was cold and sharp. She won't give up her share unless she feels unwanted, make things uncomfortable. She will leave on her own. I stood there, frozen. Just 6 days ago, I helped choose the wallpaper I'm looking at now. My son, my only child, was making a plan to push me out. For more space, for a baby, for convenience. That evening, I cooked chicken Alfredo, Adam's favorite. Neither of them came to the table. Lisa said, "I already ate." Adam stayed upstairs and mumbled something about work. I sat alone and ate slowly, thinking about everything I had done for him. Soccer games, lost teeth, emergency room visits, math tutors, all the birthday cards he gave me. I saved them in a little box that I still kept in my suitcase. And now I was a problem, a thing to remove. The next morning, I was washing strawberries in the kitchen when Lisa walked in. Her arms were crossed. Her face looked calm, but I knew something was coming. "Mary," she said, "we think it's time for you to look for something more permanent. Just your own space, for your comfort." A few minutes later, Adam walked in, holding his coffee like nothing had happened. "We don't have space for you anymore, Mom," Adam said. "You need to go." Just like that. I wiped my hands on a dish towel, turned to look at both of them, and smiled. Not a big smile, not a fake one, just calm. "Okay," I said. "I'll be out by tonight." That night I packed my things quietly. I folded my old warm blanket and placed it gently into the suitcase. I picked up the photo of my husband and looked at his smile. I whispered, "James, I hope I'm doing the right thing." By morning, I was gone, but I didn't leave without a plan. That same day, I called a lawyer and said, I gave my son money to buy that house. My name is on the papers. I want to sell my part. The lawyer nodded. "You have every right," he said. "We'll send them a notice." 2 days later, Adam got the message. He was at work when it arrived. His phone buzzed. He opened the email and his heart dropped. Lisa was beside him. She read over his shoulder. "No," she whispered. She wouldn't. Adam stood up fast. His hands were shaking. "She's really doing it," he said. "She's selling the house." Lisa's face turned pale. "We can't afford to buy her out. What if we lose the house?" Panic filled the room. They tried to call me. I didn't answer. I needed time for myself. The next day, Lisa showed up at my door. Her smile was gone. "Mary, please," she said. "We didn't mean to hurt you. We were just stressed. Your family. Family doesn't treat people like that. I gave everything I had to help you, and you pushed me out. This is what happens when kindness is taken for granted." Lisa left in tears. Adam came the next day. He didn't bring flowers. He didn't smile. He just stood in my doorway and said, "Mom, I messed up." I nodded. "Yes, you did." They tried to stop the sale, but the law was clear. I owned half. I had rights. In a few months, the house was sold. Adam and Lisa had to move into a smaller apartment. The baby room they wanted so badly, it never happened. They lived tight, and things weren't the same. As for me, I found a small apartment near the park. It had sunlight in the morning and a quiet balcony. I planted flowers. I bought soft pillows. I found peace. I joined a group of older women who met at the library. We drank tea, shared stories, and laughed. For the first time in years, I felt seen. One day, a letter came in the mail. It was from Adam. "Mom," he wrote, "I am sorry. You gave me love and I gave you pain. I was wrong. I miss you. I hope you are okay." I cried when I read it, not out of anger, but out of release. I wrote back, "Thank you. I'm healing. I hope you are too. Let's meet for coffee." We met at a small cafe by the park. It was quiet, awkward at first, but we talked. Then we laughed. He showed me pictures of his baby girl. He said they named her Grace. Now Adam and I talk often. He brings Grace to visit. She calls me Grandma. We bake cookies. We read books. We sit on the balcony and watch the flowers bloom. I don't live in a big house, but I live in peace. I don't have everything, but I have what I need. And most of all, I have my dignity. Sometimes the hardest goodbye leads you to the right beginning.